Hey guys, welcome back.
It's Elena.
And Michelle.
Do you know who she is?
Is it a sunflower?
No.
Oh, is it a
This is a zinnia.
I wasn't gonna guess that ever in a million years.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. But yeah, this is actually the second time I've made a zinnia. This was one I've practiced. I practiced it a couple of years ago, and I put it in my spaceship hallway scene because zinnias, fun fact, they, I think, are the first flower to be grown in a space station.
Huh.
Anyway, but yeah, I learned that zinnias just are really, like, durable flowers, and so it makes sense that they would be grown in space because, like, I don't know, little trickier conditions get a flower that will be really accommodating. Good for them.
Cute. Speaking of spaceships.
What? What about space?
That was your segue you needed.
Okay, so
I recognize this shape from your last flower.
yeah, I often have to do a little base like that. It's just, I don't know, this is the blocking out phase where I'm like counting sections and it's like, okay, how many petals does it have? Or how many like leafy things is the base or whatever. So so this one was nice to do a second time because when I did it a few years ago, I was mostly thinking about the petals and the stem and the leaves and all that, but I wasn't thinking about the base where all the petals come out of. And when I made it a few years ago, I saved that for the very end and I half-efforted it and it just didn't really look good. With this time, I thought about the base from the beginning and I just put some thought in, and it's kind of an irritating shape because it's like the dragon fruit that I had to do but it's just like lots of protruding things but at irregular points, so I can't really do radial symmetry on it. I just have to get really precious about every little component and a lot of fiddling. But it is what it is. So yeah,
Speaking of spaceships.
We started watching Alien because we finished Predator tonight, and so we know all of that jazz. If you guys were trying to think about spoiling Predator for us, don't worry, we finished it now. And we got all the iconic lines.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we just went right into it and started watching Alien because may as well. Yeah, Predator. One of my thoughts on it was, like, in the beginning, they get into the jungle and they immediately find some people who they were looking for who came in a helicopter from before, and they talk about it. It's like, whoa, they were skinned alive, like that's rough, and like who could have done this to them, that kind of thing. And it's like pretty graphic but then it doesn't really seem like anyone else gets that level of treatment later on, at least not, I don't know, what's his face gets his arm blown off. Yeah, I couldn't remember what I made them for. And I keep them there for a little bit, but I do delete them eventually because I just can't figure it out. I think that I might have thought those should be the base initially, but then I made this shape that I'm working on right now. So it was just redundant and it wasn't shapey enough.
It's like that Legos Instagram we saw. The guy's doing Legos and the girl goes and grabs some random Legos to place in his pile, so now he's finished, but he doesn't know where all these pieces came from.
Yeah. Yeah, like the thing with a lot of these flowers is I blocked them out maybe a week or two before I like fully modeled them out, just so that I could get something in a file and like get a good start on something, but I didn't take notes on like, oh, this piece goes for this, because it should just be like immediately evident. But with that, and I think it happens a few more times throughout this month, but I just can't figure it out. Anyway, Predator. So they find some people who just were killed in a horrific way, and nobody else is killed in such a horrific way. And
yeah, the one guy that was with the girl and the Predator grabbed him.
But it was all like off screen. So like we didn't see it, and
yeah, I felt like they were really shy about showing things. Yeah. Like even when you get like the one good shot, they only do one and it's like really quick, and then you don't ever get a second look. Yeah, like now I feel like maybe they linger too long or they show too many angles, but it's like at least you get, you know, your fill. Yeah. It's like if you miss the scene, you missed it, you don't ever get to see.
Totes.
Never again.
Yeah, like there was a point when I feel like this guy's name was Mac, the guy who was
with the blowing through the head.
Yeah. So it's like he was crawling under the whatever, and he sees, you know, a target.
3 red dots.
Yeah, like a little target on his arm, little laser target, and I was so, like, I was covering my eyes because it's like, I don't want to see his arm blown up like that. But it wasn't, because we see the Predator, the shot changes, and then he shoots the guy in the head, but we don't even see that because the angle isn't giving it to us. So it's like, it wasn't even anything. But it is weird because then the other, what's his face, Carl Weathers, he gets his arm blown off.
Yeah.
So I got that moment later. I didn't really want it, but you're welcome, says the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then Billy's death that we were most excited about. Yeah. They didn't show it.
It's like, okay, yeah, he's getting rid of his weapons. He's going to fight this guy. And then we just hear a scream in the distance.
You couldn't even stand up to him for a second.
Yeah,
like,
but that
it seems so much tougher.
But I guess we get that from the Arnold moment, because then he does fight him physically.
Yeah.
So it teases us for a type of violence for one character, and it doesn't show us, and then it'll do it for a different character.
I guess Arnie earned it, whereas Billy was just like standing there, cut his chest, like, what are you doing? You're weird. I don't even want to talk to you right now.
Yeah. No, but like in that, okay, because of the awful deaths in the beginning and then not really awful deaths for the rest of the movie, it reminded me of Looper, because the very first, like, the opening situation of that movie scarred me for life, and then the rest of the movie was not even anything like that, because it was showing the guy, it was showing him getting mutilated and all this, and it was showing up on his future self, and it was just like, this is horrible.
Yeah. And I recommended it to you and Mom. It's like, this is a good movie. Like, it's not scary. It's
it was a thought provoking.
I completely forgot about the beginning.
It was totally fine except for that beginning part. I guess it really needed to establish the stakes right away. And I guess Predator did that too, where it's just like, this is what could happen to us, but I don't know. It just so Predator and Looper, they're like cousins.
Yeah. We're watching the same movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't tell the difference.
I was kind of disappointed that, I don't even know his name, Schwarzenegger. I was disappointed that he beat Predator.
Yeah, because you had a thought that you were saying, like, you weren't sure if he made it, like, the fact that he gets away would be enough of a reward.
Yeah.
Because you can't hope to beat that kind of a thing.
Exactly.
And also, like, I don't know, I felt a little underwhelmed by the ending, because I feel like I didn't feel for all the characters.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, and like the one guy you care about the most with like limping along with Arnold and the girl at the end, like he just like boom, had gone, move on. So
yeah.
It's like, he didn't even get to like not pine. Be sad.
Yeah.
Commiserate. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Mourn? Yeah, and then we had all these questions for the girl's sake, because she and Arnold get separated, and then it's like, okay, well, she can still go to the chopper, but then we were thinking, like, she doesn't really have any reason to go to the chopper, because she's from that area, like, she can just go back to her city, and also, like, she's not with her hosts not hosts, like, they were captors at first, she's not with those folks who would be like, oh, she's cool, like, she can go onto this chopper, so, like, we didn't get a scene to fill in, oh, she's allowed to be here, we're gonna... I don't know, it was just kind of a weird thing. And then they didn't have any kind of reunion because they weren't friends. He gave her a knife at one point, but it was like there wasn't much heart in the movie, I don't feel like. Because like I feel with The Thing, I felt like there was some heart in it, and at least there was some artistry in it, because I was looking at all the behind the scenes photos of them making the set pieces and making like painting the split face monster thing. It was just like, yeah, like you guys thought about it, you put some love into this, no matter what the result is, like we can see that somebody cared, but this just seemed, I don't know, underwhelming.
Yes. Lots of jungle, lots of weird music to go with it. It didn't really match the vibe of the movie, I felt.
And it's surprising that this would be, like, I wouldn't watch that and think, yeah, this is going to be a franchise. I'm surprised by that. I feel like I have vague memories of Predator 2. I feel like it takes place in New York.
Oh.
And, like, I don't know if
and I feel like, tell me the whole plot right now.
But, like, I saw snippets of it, maybe. I want to see, because, like, I feel like it had a silly vibe to it, because I keep saying I feel. Like
I like how you just like put those there, and then the next cut I was like, they're arranged perfect.
Thank you.
You put them down sideways, and then you look at it, and they're up now. Yeah, nice editing, Lena.
Thank you. No, I mean, that is my thing. There's a lot of, like, petal arranging and leaf arranging and stem arranging that I'm just like, no, we get the point. Like, you saw me create all the petals. That's good enough. I don't need you to look at all the... gosh. I'm going to make a clover in a few weeks, and you'll see that, like, I show so little because I'm just sick of it. Like, otherwise it would just be so much me toggling around trying to see from every angle, like, is this petal perfectly placed? Because that's what I did. And I just don't want to do that every time. You can just imagine that I worked really hard and made a perfect flower. You get a little taste of it. Like, I'm just double checking things. There are some things that intersect, and so I need to fix those. But yeah, Predator 2. I think some of it took place in the sewers.
Oh.
Like, it was traveling... Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like the basilisk. It's traveling through the pipes. And I feel like the main character is a detective. Huh. I want to Google this later and see.
I mean, are we going to keep watching more and more?
We could try. You may as well just try at least. Oh my goodness.
Just watch one movie, Lena.
I mean, yeah. I'd like to. So yeah, here I go. I'm trying magenta first because I saw so many reference pictures, and zinnias come in a lot of different colors, and this is one of them.
Hydrangea. Is that kind of super petally flower?
Yeah, that one's a hefty load. I'm gonna make one eventually. Oh yeah, I looked up what zinnias mean in general. The Victorian meaning of zinnias is thoughts of an absent friend, lasting affection, daily remembrance, etc.
Is it fitting?
I feel like I was thinking about this for having it in my little space scene and having it be the first flower made in space or grown in space, because it seems kind of sentimental, like, oh, you're mourning for a lost friend, like the earth. I don't know. So I thought that was sweet. I wonder if those folks thought about that and that's the reason, or if it was for the practical reason of zinnias just have more endurance. As in now.
Cute thoughts you have.
I was also thinking, because we watched The Thing so recently, and now Predator, and now watching Alien, I just keep on comparing all the different squads in each movie, and I don't know, I feel like I like the squad in The Thing the most. I feel like I got a lot of their characters down, or at least I wanted to like all of them the most.
Mm-hmm. I was the most preoccupied watching that, so I don't think I had the same feeling at all. There were way too many people to even know their names.
There were.
I mean, I can't even tell you the main guy's name right now.
I guess it's just...
Kurt Russell.
It was Mac. We just talked about
it. See, it didn't stick with me. I was putting together furniture while you watched it.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's just, I really liked him, and one of the last surviving guys was the roller skating guy from the very first part of the movie. So it's like, I guess it's just because of those two specific people. It was like, yeah, that's a solid crew. Because I'm thinking about, okay, so this is the point where I'm looking at it, this is my final thing, and I'm like, but there's...
Why you got my bim bams all over?
He has a quote that is apt. He's like, they're looking at a spider. He's like, actually, you know what? F this. Anyway, so that's how I'm feeling about the zinnia being magenta. So I go back in. This is a week later probably, and I just got to make it different colors or else I'll scream. I look for...
the world.
So I look at reference again of the one that was grown in space, and I see that it's orangish, palish, like stripy, well, just like variegated colors. And I like that. So I'm going to make it happen. You'll see. You'll all see.
I'm trying to see. It's beautiful.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, my memory from the beginning wanted it to be more yellow. I don't know.
Things change.
15 minutes ago. So long. It feels like ages.
Yeah. The more times you visit a memory, the more it changes.
Exactly. That's what the scientists say.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and come back soon to see the next flower.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Bow.